Good evening, students. Okay, to talk about today's homeworks, let me talk from number 25. So, what we find in 25? Let's say in number 25, it says the line M passes through the points 2 and -7, and the other point we have is 4 and -9. So, they say the line M is parallel to which line? So what do we understand? The any line that has to be parallel to M, any line parallel to M has same or equal slope as M. So let's first calculate the slope. So over here, if we calculate the slope, what do we find? So the slope for M is y2 is -9 minus y1 is -7 divided by x2 is 4 minus 2. So what do we get? -9 +7 divided by 2. So you have a -2 divided by 2, which means a -1. So the line which will have parallel to M, line parallel to M has y, M is -1, so x plus b. So now here the only problem is you guys got confused because there is no b that you need to find. So you don't have to worry about. What you look for is in choice A, I say that if you are asked to form up the line, then that's different issue. But here you are given with the choice where y equals x equals negative x plus 2. So this one is negative x plus b. So ignore this value b. It seems that it has got the same slope as m. So it might be a choice. In b, once you go, you say y x -9 minus 9. So it doesn't have a negative slope. So this option is crossed out. And then once you go for C, what do you find? That's x equals 5. There is no slope to calculate. Okay, so this is gone. And in D, y equals -1. Okay, so for this one also there is no slope, so A has to be the choice. You got it? Well, these two lines are perpendicular to each other, like 24 and 24 in 24. Okay, 23 and 24 you have, especially in 24 you see C and D. In C, y equals -8, y equals -8 is not. So over here, if it is x is 5, that should be like 1 2 3 4 5. So these, and y is -1, so this is -1. Okay, these two lines are perpendicular. They are perpendicular, but they have got no relationship with that. Okay, so for this one the answer should be A. So don't get confused with this. Okay, however, in exam there won't be no trick like that. Okay, but as long as you know how to compare, that's fine. So it's 25. There are two problems numbered with 25. So this one is the first number. Okay, so now going for 25, let's say this is 25 2. So what that one is says, this line passes through the which two ordered pair would be perpendicular to the equation to y equals 4x minus 1. This is just the opposite one. Okay, so what we used to do, we are given with 2 points. From that we compare, find out the slope, then compare in the line. Now here the line is given. By the way, these are also called linear equations. Okay, so from the line I'll have to compare the slope. So you see, first decide what should be the slope of the line which perpendicular to this. So any line perpendicular to this will have a slope which is let's say that one is m2. Okay, let me erase this one. So let's say that one is m2, so that is negative reciprocal. So what will happen? Reciprocal means where there is a denominator 1, this will go up, and this. So you even don't have to do it. You just looking at it. If you see in choice A, it says 1, -3, and 2, and 1. So once you subtract from this, there is 1, -3, and then 2, -1. There is no possibility that in the numerator there will be a 1. Okay, so this will basically end up as 4/1. Okay, so this is not our choice. It has to be -1/4. First thing is think about the sign. However, the next choice is given as option we have is -4/7 and -1 and 5. So check this one. So what happens? 5/5 -7, and then -1 is x2, -4. You see? So what you will find? You will find a -2, and there -1 plus 5. You will end up, you don't have to even think about it because it is never going to be 1/4. So it's going to be -2/4. Okay, so which is going to be half. Okay, so this is not our option. The moment you can sense that there is no possibility to go over there, you don't have to. I'm going in full just since I need to teach you, so that's why I'm showing you. Okay, so you can eliminate this B. So once you come to C, you see that says -8 and -4 and 0 and 2. So once you calculate this one, for this one slope is going to be 2, -4, 0, -8. So for this one we say 2 and +4 and 8. So you will be getting 6/8. Okay, that is not going to be that. So there is no way without having this D as a choice, but let's calculate it. Okay, you can just choose. If you can come to conclusion confidently, after that you can blindly choose this, but let's see how it works. I hope if I didn't do any mistake in calculation, that is going to be our choice. So let's see, 1/-2 divided by 8 -4. Yeah, it seems that. So this is going to be -1 and this is going to be 4. So exactly matches with this. Okay, so this is our choice. All right. Okay, so well, this, since it's a video, you will be able to see that. So now let's come to numbers 27. 27 is just nothing. We have done it. This is the most easiest problem. Should be write a linear equation. Don't get confused with linear equation. Linear equations are basically the equation. Once you plot them in a graph, there will be a straight line. Okay, so all that we are talking with y equals to mx plus b are all linear equations. So these are the forms in the slope intercept form. Slope intercept, and there are regular equations. Let's say if any of these equations are linear equation. Okay, so let's say y equals 2x plus 7 is a linear equation. Let's say 2y minus 8x equals 9 is a linear equation. In any equation, variables are raised to power 1, highest power is 1, are linear equation. So ignore that word. Okay, so this is quite, should be easier for you. One point is given, the line passes through this point, and the slope is given as -5. Okay, so first form of this, so m is 5x plus b. Okay, now we need to form up the equation. So now we need to find out the value of b. So plug in these values. Okay, so for y there is -9, for x there is 2, and plus b. Okay, so once you do it, -9 equals -10 and plus b. So transfer this one towards right, left hand side. So what do you get? You get a 1 and you get a b over here. Okay, so right here you got the value for this b as 1. So plug in over here. So what do you get? You get this one as y equals -5x plus 1. That's it. Okay, so likewise in 28 there are 2 points are given. Okay, so again linear equation, that's just in the slope format, you leave it. Okay, you don't have to even keep it in the regular form. Someone could write it like transferring this one this side, 5x plus y equals plus 1. If you are free to write your equation, you are free to write whatever the way, this way or that way. But if a multiple choice option is given, you'll have to see which for this one. Anyway, be sure for tomorrow's test I'm not going to take any trick like that. Okay, straight away you form up this, that's fine. Okay, so 28, write a linear equation that passes through the points -3 and 3, and other point is given as 9 and -13. All right, so once you go, so what do you need to do? First find out the slope. Okay, because we will be writing an equation like this. Okay, so first find out m. So -13, -3. All right, and then 9 -3. Okay, minus. So -13 minus 3 and 9 plus 3. So what it becomes? It becomes, let me write it here. So it becomes -16 divided by 12. So you can leave it like this, or it's better to simplify. So divide by 4. So what do you get? -4/3. Okay, so since you need to form up the equation, now we got all this. So plug in the value. So our y equals -4/3 x plus b. Okay, so now we need to find out the value for b. So plug in the values, any of this. Okay, I prefer to plug in this because a smaller value and this 3 will cancel out. So y is 3, -4/3, and x is -3. So put the value of -3. Okay, so this 3 and 3 cancels out. So where is a 3, and negative makes it +4 plus b. So if we want to cancel out this 4, so subtract 4. So what do you get? -1 equals b. Okay, so we got our b is -1. Okay, symmetric property. So now we just plug in the value over here. Okay, for b we just plug in this value. So what you get is y equals -4/3 x -b. Okay, oh I'm sorry, just you don't, we found out the b. Okay, -1. So that's the equation. Okay, you can simplify it, but you don't have to at this stage. Okay, got it? So this is all 28. Okay, so now let's do number 29. So In 29, once you come up, what do you see? They say write an equation parallel parallel to the line 3x minus 2y equals 14, okay, parallel to this, and passes through the point, passes through the point, I'm not writing in full, negative 6 and 11. Negative 11, I think that one. Okay. So what do you need to do? We need to first find out the slope. So this is a regular form of a linear equation, okay? So now let's form it up as the slope intercept form. So we need to keep this guy, okay? So this guy has to be out, okay? So you can subtract that from both the side. So subtraction property of equality is in action. So you get a negative 2y equals negative 3x plus 14, okay? So now I only need this guy, okay? So divide by 2, negative 2, okay? Every term. Okay, so what you get over here is y equals I'm sorry, they don't cancel out, but this cancels out. Negative negative cancels out, so you get a 3 over 2x negative 7, okay? So what do you get? You get the slope of this from here. So let it be our equation 1. So let's say call it m1, slope 1 as 3 over 2. So what should be the slope for the this is 29 I'm doing, okay. So this should be parallel. So the line that we'll be having, let's say L2, okay, that should have a slope equal to this. So this is 3 over 2 x plus b, all right? So I need to find out this b. Since it was told that it passes through the point, which point? This point, okay? So let's plug in. So that is, I'm plugging in negative 6 and negative 11 over here, okay? So when I do it, my y becomes negative 11 and 3 over 2 x become negative 6 plus b, okay? So what I have, negative 11, and then this comes out as 3. So positive and negative makes it negative 9 plus b. Get this 9 out. So what do you get? Plus 9, okay? So you get a negative 2, and this is gone. Okay, these are gone. So I'm left with b, all right? So I got my value for b. So what that b is? That b is negative 2. So you see, I need to put this guy. So let's come over here and say our y equals 3 over 2x and b is negative 2. We are good to go. All right? Okay. So this is what is the whole thing. All right? Okay. Yes, this is the whole thing is, okay? So let's go for number 30, the last problem. That one says perpendicular. The same thing, just perpendicular. So we need to get the perpendicular to the line. We'll have to find out which is perpendicular to the equation x minus 3y equals equals 3. That equals 3, okay? So, and that passes through the point 5, x is 5 and y is negative 9. So let's now convert this into slope intercept form. So what I need to do, x negative 3y equals 3. I don't want this guy here because I need to get this guy in the left hand side. So get this guy out. So negative x. So it becomes like this, and you are left with negative y equals negative x plus 3. Okay, so now what I need to do, I want this guy. Okay, so division. Okay, so divide by negative 3. Remember, every term divided by 3 divided by negative 3. Okay, so what we get over here is this guys cancels out. Y equals this negative negative gives me a positive, so let it be writing this form so that you can easily distinguish this positive negative negative, this positive negative negative, so you get a negative 1. All right, so what I get, this guy is my m for this, is going to let it be m1 is positive 1 over 3. Okay, so my m2 has to be reciprocal. Okay, so negative reciprocal. If it is a positive, I told you that it has to be negative. So then this guy goes up, this guy goes down, denominator goes up and numerator goes down. So if it is divided by 1, so this is negative 3. So what do you get? You get the slope of the line that you are planning to find is negative 3. So let's plug in this value over here. So we say my line 2 is, which is perpendicular to L1, that has to be y equals negative 3 is the m value, x plus b. All right, so now what is our job? Our job is to get b, and we know it's not a top deal. It passes through the point 5 over 9. Okay, it passes through the point 5 and negative 9. So let's plug in those values. So if y is what, that 5, let me write it separately so that you can understand. So this guy is this. So substitute y is negative 9 and x with 5. Okay, so you have a b. So now what do you get? You get this guy as negative 9 and this guy as negative 15. Okay, so you want b, so you got to get this guy out. So you got a positive 15. All right, so positive negative different signs, so subtraction from the larger value smaller value, so you get a 6 over here. Okay, and that's obviously positive. You may put the sign or not, they cancel out b. So what do we find? We get that this guy is positive 6. All right, so let's plug in over here. So what do we get? We get y equals negative 3x and our b is positive 6. You are good to go. All right, so that's it. Okay, let me give you the answer for 23 and 24, what they should be. Which of the following lines is perpendicular to the equation given as negative 2x and 8? So in 23, I think the answer should be perpendicular. So its slope is negative 2. So the equation that I'm looking for should be having a positive, since negative reciprocal, negative makes it positive, and 1 over 2. All right, so that equation has to be half x plus b. All right, since they have given the equation and not in the y-intercept form, let's see how it would look like. Okay, so to get this guy, there is no half form. So if we multiply with 2 and 2, what we will be getting? We'll be getting a 2y over here, and over here we'll be having x and plus b. So it has to be 2y minus x, and the absolute value is here. Whatever the value, ignore that. Okay, so 2y minus x, where do you find? In a it is not. Okay, in b in a it is not, in b it is not. Okay, in c again 2x plus y, so it's not. In d obviously it has to be, and it is 2x minus y. What is going wrong? X minus y is 6. 2x, that guy has to be positive 2. X plus 2y, so it has to be 2x negative y, 2x negative y, be perpendicular to that line, x plus, okay, let me write that, x plus 2y equals 8. If I transfer it, x y to y, x negative x, I must have done something wrong. 2x, that is perpendicular, there has to be this. To y, x minus 2y plus c, which one? I must have done something wrong. Let me check. Just give me, let me calculate it separately. What we get over here is negative 2 or number 2, it is given as x minus 2y equals 8. Okay, so this one, if we form up, this one looks like that. Okay, this one has to be the choice because b has to be the choice. B, because if you turn it like negative 2y equals negative x plus 8 divided by negative 2, you exactly get this one as y equals 2 over half x. Okay, so that exactly matches with this. Okay, so your choice is B for 24. Okay, and for 23, sorry, this is 23. Okay, so and 24, your choice has to be two lines are perpendicular. So if a x minus 1 and y x minus x y plus 1 plus 1, no, it is not b. No, that's not c y y, so they will be parallel. D is the choice, because in D what you will be getting is like x is 4, so 1 2 3 4, it's like that. Remember we talked about in class, and y is negative 1, so this is it. Okay, so that's it, you're good to go. Okay, so thank you very much, have a good night and good luck.